Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Samsung Washer Dispenser Hose. It's going to be a very easy repair and it's only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new dispenser hose. The dispenser hose goes from the water valve to the dispenser nozzle. The main reason to be changing it is if it has a hole in it and you're getting water on the floor. In order to change the part, we have to go to the back of the machine. We have to remove this access cover. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver and remove the screws. With the screws off, we can lift the cover off. All you have to do is lift up on it and it should just come right out. Once you pull it out, you can set it aside. Now that we have the back cover off, we have access to the dispenser hose. It comes out from the inside of the machine and hooks up to the water inlet valve. We're going to unhook this wire connector and get it out of the way so we don't bend it. And then we're going to take a small flathead screwdriver and this clamp right down here. We have to get underneath it and rotate it up so we can take it off with the needle nose pliers. Once you have it lifted up, we can grab the needle nose pliers and move it up the hose, so then we can go back to the small screwdriver and pop the hose off the water valve. And be careful when you're taking the hose off like this. You don't want to crack the valve or damage the solenoid. Once you have the hose off, we can just leave it lay here. We can come around to the front and open up the washer lid. The other end is connected right here to the dispenser. So what we're going to do is reach in and kind of push this tub back, and then you can reach underneath and you can feel the clamp, but you want to use that clamp to turn this counterclockwise. And then once you have it released, you can push it out and we can pull the whole hose assembly from the back side. If it gets caught up, all you have to do is wiggle it and pull it through and pull it out of the machine. Here's the old dispenser hose next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. This dispenser hose is much longer than the one that we need, and it may be used on other models, so we're definitely going to have to cut it down to size. So the first thing we're going to do is remove all the clamps in the nozzle from this one. We're going to use our needle nose and take them off. This side, we're going to move the clamp up so we can pull the nozzle out, then we'll have to take the clamp off. This might be on there a little tight, so you may have to spin it and pull it off. Now that we have the hose out, we're going to lay it down and put the new one above it, and we're just going to take a razor blade and cut it to the right length. Once you have it cut off, we can set the excess aside, and then we can put the new assembly together. We're going to put the clamps on first, and then we can push the nozzle in. Once you have the nozzle in place, we can move the clamp down so we get a good seal. Now that we have the new assembly put together, we can put it in the washer. To put the new dispenser hose in, all you have to do is line it up with the hole and feed it back through. You might have to go around the back side and look and feed it as you go through so it comes through the opening. As you're pushing this back in, you want to make sure that this tab right here goes into this cutout, so when you turn it clockwise, it'll lock it in place. Once you have it in place, we can close the washer lid and go around to the back side and hook it up to the water inlet valve. Now that we're on the back side, we can hook the hose up to the water inlet valve. You want to put the clamp around 1 or 2 o'clock so it's easy to reach in here and put the clamp up on the water valve fitting without having to reach underneath. You don't want to put it on the bottom basically. So all we have to do is kind of bend it over and put it onto the water valve fitting. Once you have the hose all the way up so it's bottomed out against the water valve, we can take our needle nose pliers and move the clamp up. Once you have the clamp moved up all the way so you get a good seal, we can reconnect this black wire harness to the solenoid. All you have to do is plug it back in so you get a good connection, and you want to make sure that the arrow is on the top just like when you took it off. Once you have that back on, we can put the rear access cover back on. To put the rear cover on, all you have to do is lift it up so this little lip right here goes underneath here. Once you have it in, you can rotate it down and push it into place, and then we can go around and put all the screws in. Now that we have the part installed, we can plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.